Okay, so this time I've decided to kind of rewind here and go back to before I start customizing all of that stuff. Now that I've seen what statuses are at play and what's going to happen, I'm leaning more and more towards what if I have Auron again be more of a sentinel tank and basically keep him in the front line the entire fight and just revolve things around that. So in order to do that, I'm thinking if I give him something like, for example, Silent Strike on this one, and he has a Poison Strike here, and he has all of the preservation stuff, he'd become a very formidable tank. So if we give him something like, we give him that one, we give him that one, and we give him that one, or which one was it? Yeah. So let's have a look here. Give him one of these. Basically, I'm thinking ahead to like Mind Blast and stuff. Auron's one guy, he doesn't really need MP. He can manage without it. And so I'm thinking that might make a difference here. So... So this basically makes Auron fairly indestructible here. Obviously, I'd love to have had auto regen, but this way there's no status in this fight that we have to worry about. And obviously, for someone who's going to play the role of Sentinel for so many future fights, having him basically immune to almost anything that the game can throw at him is probably a pretty good idea. So I think I'm going to do that. Here's a weapon. I just don't want to risk putting any kind of fire on it, because it could just change like a future battle. It could be completely different, so it's just not worth it. He barely gets turns anyway, so I don't know if SOS Overdrive is going to matter much. I'm going to go for that. And so that's what Auron's going to be doing. And at least this way, like, he's in the front line all the time and he'll be there and ready. Riku, I think, in general, like, again, the fact that she has death proof, I think it's still a good idea to have her as like a death proof, zombie proof, swap in and out and try to do as much as she can kind of person. So let's have another look here. So we have a death proof. I want to do a normal poison proof for her maybe. Like, poison's one of the absolute worst things that we have to deal with. So if she can deal with that, death proof, poison proof, and honestly slow proof even, that makes her a pretty good swap-in character. Whoops, I made a mistake. I need to restart. I added death proof twice. That was supposed to be zombie proof. But you're seeing the idea building a little bit. Now that I've seen what happens in the fight, having Riku have those kind of abilities might be nice. So that's what I'm going to try and set up here. There's a very quick test I need to do, actually. I want to very quickly test if Silent Strike works. If it's only Buster versus bosses, then obviously Silent Strike is a waste of a slot, so I'm gonna just quickly check that. Alright, so we swapped Auron in. He has hopefully the right weapon. Yeah, Silent Strike, let's have a look. If this doesn't work, then there's no point. It does work, okay, good. That's all I needed. I'll be back. Yeah, definitely learned a lot. It was nice that that second attempt was... I went so deep in the fight, I think saw almost all of the moves. must have completed at least like a couple of rotations on like the final form, so I think that definitely helped. So that means I will sacrifice a... I feel like now I can use these things for strikes a little bit more instead of proofs, because I have more like preservation stuff that kind of makes that more obsolete. Okay, so let's do this carefully. We have Life Preserver, which is an all-in-one. Then we have Health Preserver, Sleep and Poison. Because this is, again, like this is kind of a bit of an ultimate armor that I'd probably try and keep for him for, like, as long as I can, basically. So we'll do that. And then this one. Yeah, so with that, he is in a good position. But we really got to tank him up nicely so that he really takes that minimal damage from stuff, and then that will help him a lot. So there's that. Then we have this one for Riku, and Mind Blast, not having to deal with confusion this fight is a really weird one. I'm not used to that. It just feels strange. Right, so zombie proof is what we wanted. Slow proof. And poison proof. Try that. So we'll set Riku up with that. Now, I want to do something about this one, because I think Lulu needs that if she's going to be doing damage. Just double check what Sense Preserver did. Darkness and Silence. Okay, so she effectively has a silence proof for free. Now, I really don't want to make a second half MP cost for her, but like silence proof and half MP cost, it kind of just feels like a no-brainer. I kind of have to have it. So at least this way it stops me having to swap and change things. Obviously a magic plus 20 on there would be nice, but I want to keep those white magic spheres. I can't use it for something like that. And SOS Overdrive, is it worth it? Magic counter. I think no for now. So we equip her with that. We need another armor for her. What do we have left? I think another poison proof. Death proof. Zombie proof. Yeah, so a lot of defense is going on here, but I think for this one I'm adding one more poison proof. I'm not really using antidotes in the fight anyway. And one more of those. And finally, Yuna. What can we do for Yuna? So we kind of flipped it around here. Yuna's not being used much at all compared to before. Death proof, slow proof. Okay, so this is like we've gone like hard on protections here. Obviously, can't cover everybody, but we'll do what we can. So we need to double check who protects Death and Zombie. These two do. Oren does. And that's it. Okay. So new save again. Overwrite this one. Yeah, we got there more quickly this time. Overdrive. I still think Sufferer is a good shout. But I need to kind of handle it a little better. Because it does go up fast when you get it right. Okay. Alright, let's go for it again. So again, most of the damage dealing, I think here in this little plan is Lulu with her magic, Oren with counterattacks, and then whatever overdrives I end up getting, and then trying to stay alive in between. Something like that. So this is one fight where I've really pushed the boat out in terms of customization. Yunalesca is just such a huge fight that... And it's a long fight, and it's one of those where you can really get ground down if you get too stingy with customizing.
Now, this is it.
And every attempt takes like
the time to choose.
45 minutes an hour.
Die and be free of pain, or live and fight your sorrow. Now is the time to shape your stories. Your fate is in your hands.
Yeah, so our plan is to live and fight the sorrow of having used up all of those customization things, but we'll have to hope for the best. Alrighty. So we'll start prepping Oren here. Sentinel does not cost MP, and that is huge. It's fine. Look at that. Poison, silence, everything went on there. So Oren being a real powerhouse here. Already. Again, that weird like frame slowdown here that's been happening from time to time. So let's have a double check here. Right, death blue. Shell on him. The game seemed to fix itself after having its issues, but so we'll have another chance to get Tidus out of there soon. Obviously, the plan is to have Oren not die throughout the entire thing here. We can help it. Having to double check what everybody has now. Okay. Maybe he'll get some criticals as well. You know we love it when that happens. Okay. So this will take some time, but we're gonna be building here. So this is the trio that we have, basically, that's hopefully going to make it work for us. They're the ones that can survive the zombie and the death. Curve rate, arm rate, edge rate, mental rate. So there's some resistance there. You saw the silence didn't actually work. It can work, but it doesn't always. Also, as always, just firing up those overdrives, getting ready for third form onslaught. We don't want to be hanging out in that third form for too long. Okay. Almost a full overdrive there for him already. We now have all 4 brakes. And he's really not taking much damage, so that's good to see. Bring in Yuna. With this one, I really need to track when she has silence and when she doesn't. Could make a big difference. And well, the plan is, if we always have a Sentinel, Lulu actually never gets magic broken in this fight. So that would be pretty ideal. If we could manage that. So we're going to continue here, just make sure everyone's got everything they need. Oh god, I think it's the slap and then Mega Life, right? Yeah, she hasn't been hasted yet, I have to remember to make sure she's hasted. I believe it should be the slap. If I'm wrong here, then this will put me off to a bad start now, but oh well. Come on. Yeah. It's good. So really setting up here. Trying to bring in as many people as I can with stuff like haste. Kimari too. There, he can't get in. We'll try our first spell, we'll see how we go. 9,400. Magic Break. Oren says, and it only takes 121 damage. That's huge. Let's see. No shell for her. We'll change that. Okay. Is there anyone left who isn't hasted other than Kamari? I think he's the only one. So this should be a slap. Okay, it's fine. So especially before all of our MP goes, because once we've lost MP, it's going to get increasingly difficult to put buffs on anyone. So that's why we're doing the early work now, before Mind Blast starts to take away all of our MP. So I believe it should be Megadeth next. Shell Protect. Okay, get him out. Might as well. Okay. So we're getting closer to finishing our preparations here. Oh no. Wait, opens up with Viper though, right? So this actually ended up being a pretty good setup. This is a little bit lucky, if I'm being honest. But we've had to kind of fast track things a little here. Let's see. Okay. Now. Yeah, so they retain their turns, and that's one of the most important aspects of this whole thing, because then I can relatively quickly just do this. So hold on, we need to keep a good track here. Another good thing here is that because Auron's not going to be afflicted with zombie, we should be able to heal him relatively easily compared to some of the others. So I'm gonna Null Frost here. I kind of feel like I should always have one on just in case like things don't work out properly here. Okay. Yeah, Auron's going to have to live in slow quite often in this setup, but it is what it is. So I'm not going to go on the attack yet. Now what we're going to do with Auron is Power Break again. The damage he does here should be telling in terms of whether these have been... yeah. So we need to Armor Break again. Nah, the silence didn't work. Thankfully I kind of hedged against that, but that's still annoying. Fine. So that's the one, like, it's a bit risky. We don't really know which one's going to happen, but is it worth putting a reflect on him as well? Maybe. Maybe. Let's try it for this fight. It's going to be one where I'm going to forget, but I think he has all of the buffs that I need for him. Shell, protect. I guess Isuna gets rid of slow if we ever want it, but so does a remedy, of which we've basically not used any yet, so I don't know, reflect might be a nice idea to keep him away from the threat of being killed by it. I think I'm going to go for that. Okay. So once we start getting him in Sentinel again, things should work out better, but for now at least we kind of have to live with this a little bit. So I believe it's Dark Viper next, that's what happened last time. So I'm going to take my chances here. Just want to see again what everybody has. Zombie, Darkness, Haste. Okay, he doesn't have any Protect or anything like that, which is not ideal. Okay. So I think we're good now. Yeah, only thing is we can't really use Auron to put brakes on anymore, which is obviously a shame, but for now he hasn't been hit with a power break, so maybe we should leave this so that we can get the most out of our overdrive. I always forget if power break affects your overdrive or not, but in case it does, I'm just gonna kind of hold here. And we can always entrust with him, to be honest. I always forget that you can do that, but for now at least, let's wait and see. Okay. Yeah, so it is Dark Viper again. Okay. I mean, we could basically just kind of tank this whole thing and just not bother, but it doesn't seem like the kind of fairest way to fight. Yeah, even if we remove that slow, that's a problem. Obviously, I took that extra turn to power break, but because I don't have Sentinel now, in effect, let's just haste him up. I think that's probably still the better way. Since they retain their haste, I feel like it's not the worst thing in the world that this happens. So hold on now, let's take another look. Dark Viper. Mega Life was next. Okay. Let's bring in the A-team here. Death-proof zombie. The only thing is, she's going to be magic broken here, because Auron's not using Sentinel, but his turn is nowhere, and I feel like we kind of need to get a move on. So I'm gonna use Fire Arga. I feel like maybe if you use a Demi, she does something worse. So I'm gonna take the hit here with Lulu. She shouldn't be affected by Mega Life, which is likely next. But I had to let that happen. And now we should be okay here. Yeah. So this is like the zombie and death protection squad, so these guys should be alright. This is the squad that, other than Auron, like they get affected badly by Dark Viper. So we have to be careful with that. And obviously if Auron manages to land a silence ever, then we can benefit from being able to use some items here. But for now at least, we can't do too much. So it was Mega Life. Let's see. Just really need Auron to get that turn, but it's obviously years away at this point. But we can bring it up a little here. So I think he'll have a chance. Oh no! See, this is what I mean. This is what I forgot. And she's immune to slow. No, I ruined the fight. I ruined the fight. Ah. I fought for so long before I did the for God's sake. I think I'm still okay. If I can dispel here, I'm okay. But oh yeah, I'm alright. For God's sake. This should be Mega Death. That was bad. That was so bad. Working with Reflect is one of the absolute worst things. I wish there was like a visual, like the Reflect shield is kind of semi-transparent on there and you could see it. It would help you so much. Yeah, Auron's not escaping here. That's the problem. So, yeah, we're in a little bit more trouble now. We're still okay, but that was far from ideal. So Dark Viper is coming next. I still think these two are probably the better choice for it. And well, to be fair, they'll heal even more, and they'll damage Yunalesca even more. So for this form, I think we've just got to push through. Oh, we had Darkness? I didn't see. It got mixed in with the zombie. This is all going wrong now. Oh wait, no, he just straight up missed. Wow. That's kind of bullshit. That's kind of bullshit. Yeah, so we'll keep going here. Obviously these slaps are going to hit harder now, but we kind of need to just go. 695. It's still not terrible. I'm hoping that miss was just a little bit of a one-off. 578, that's so bad. Wow. Yeah, the damage has really fallen here. But, as I say, this is one move in which we can really get a lot of damage back. So it's not great, but it's something. So, this turn, I'm gonna do this. Because I have haste now, I can kind of swap and change a lot more effectively than I could before. So it is Dark Viper. It definitely hits a little harder. But now I just switch straight back to this guy. Now obviously we can't heal Auron anymore with that. I'll try to not make that mistake again for the rest of this fight, but he's close to getting a turn now. He's almost there. Trouble is, as a sufferer, his overdrive obviously only charges on his turn, but if his turn basically never comes, then it kind of sucks. So that's one of the only bad things here. I think here I'm gonna do Fire Auger one more time. But I'm thinking, is it worth trying Demi? Just worried it's gonna hit back with something nasty. Let me bring Walker out and do a Sinus Buster here. He's not hasted. Damn it. Yeah, that's... I don't want to keep him out if he's not hasted. Didn't realise. So we won't take any risks. We'll just keep up the Fire Auger for now. 4,000 is 4,000. Okay. Now, next up should be Blizzaga. So it's going to bounce off Auron. But for this one it's fine. Doesn't matter if To be honest, I think she heals from it anyway, like regardless, I don't think it matters. Yeah, so that reflect isn't that big a deal, I think, here. Just hit with a magic break. That's a bit bad, but this will probably heal her, right? Okay. Yeah, that could have worked out a lot worse, but I'll live with that. So, another Dark Viper coming soon, but Auron can finally Sentinel now. Obviously it's taken him so long to get a turn, but get one he will. A way to obviously bypass that is to use a Chocobo Feather, and if I'm really in a pinch, I think I will do that, but that's the one sacrifice. I just wasn't able to cover absolutely everything. But so far at least it's not going too badly. So Dark Viper next. Let me just heal up Lulu a bit here. Right, so I have to go back into Sentinel here to make this work a little better. Now, yeah, slightly messed up here. I shouldn't have taken that turn with Lulu. What's the best way to do this? Yeah, because I think it is Dark Viper next again, so I'm gonna just give her a little bit more HP here, just to... But we're gonna have to haste her up again afterwards. So, again, this is far from flawless work here, but... So she only gained 327 back, that's not too bad. So we can at least get rid of the slow here. So Mega Life coming next. Can Tidus get back out? Yes, he can. So that's something. Or if he does this, he can't. Fine. Yeah, if I haste her, it's gonna bounce. So annoying. Annoying. Let's see. What's the best way to handle this? I think for now it's kind of to not do much of anything at all. And it's to kind of let Auron do his thing. So what I can try and do is copycat a Demi. Maybe it's worth trying. I'm just scared that it's going to retaliate to Demi specifically with something really nasty. That's why I'm worried. Because we have a lot of buffs here, and obviously if we die, they're going to be incredibly difficult to put back up. So I want to avoid anything that gets me KO'd. And getting hit with Blizzaga, like a giant Blizzaga 3 times, is probably one way that would happen. Let's see. What's the best way to tackle this? Yeah, I'm going to see if I can try and split the turns here. Come on. Can we get in? I don't think we can. I think their turns are too close to each other. Oh, we just about can. Okay. I think we're on the same tick, but Riku gets priority, so that worked out okay. So now we're going to just use a Firaga. And then copycat it. Riku thankfully hasn't been magic broken yet, so this is a nice little bit of damage there. There you go. More damage than Lulu, because she doesn't have magic break. And Auron will do his thing and protect him. So this is roughly what I was going for. but Lulu getting magic broken wasn't part of the plan. I'm gonna save it now. I'm not gonna do anything more. Mega Death is coming next, so she'll be able to preserve her situation here. What I can do, yeah, no, can't do that. Just keep Auron topped up here. We have to make sure, and we have to do it with items. It's one of the drawbacks of doing that reflect, but I think we have a chance. Yeah, since it's Mega Death anyway, maybe it's worth a hit. And we can finally haste Lulu back up here. I forgot that she didn't have haste. So let me make sure I'm keeping track here. It should be Mega Death next. Okay. So we keep the pressure on here. Mega Death. So, Dark Viper coming next once again. So this is where I need to get Lulu out of there. Yeah, keep that. Let's see. Yeah, she's magic broken as well. Like, there's not too much you can do here. Try not to use too many holy waters here. I still haven't used a single one. Honestly, I might here. I might do this. Wait, no, because then Dark Viper's going to do too much damage. I need to, again, just take a second to make sure I'm on track here. Kimari is not zombified. It's just Tidus and Yuna that are zombified at the moment. Yeah, the only thing is basically Auron's Silent Strike is not working because we never get... The only physical slaps we take are counter slaps, so we have to silence first to get Yunalesca to slap instead of use Blizzaga, so I've not been able to get that loop kind of working. So that part of the strat hasn't worked, but I think, honestly, it's worth doing this one. I think he can fuel other people's overdrive since his one is charging up so well. I think we might be better off doing it that way. Okay. So here we are again. Back to this. Dark Viper next. Keep Auron topped up. Okay. Now, let's have a look at the situation here. It's a rare opportunity for an Auron turn. As long as we're not attacking, obviously, we're not going to be faced with slaps here, so... I just need a quick look at the situation, because I don't have a sensor. I just want to see where I'm at. This is going to waste a turn really, but I need to see what's going on in the fight. I've kind of lost track. 7,300. Okay, and yeah, those things are gone. the brakes. Okay. Fine. So we need to keep Auron out of there for Mega Doom. That's definitely something we've got to watch out for. So here's what we're going to do. Gonna Silence Buster here. Okay. Because of Mega Doom, obviously anyone who gets hit with it, they're going to lose their buffs. And so I'd rather that didn't happen. So I'm going to try to swap in a group here that won't be as affected by it. So let's have a look. 4,800. Well, Auron doesn't get affected by Doom, so for him it's not a problem. So I think it could work like this. So hold on, if I Sentinel now, someone comes in, does an attack. She's going to do a slapping move next, I believe, because normally it would be Blizzaga. So hold on, I think this could work. Now bringing in Kimari again, this is kind of the squad that I'm a little bit more okay with being doomed. Because Auron is the only one who can protect against Doom, like, naturally. So I think that could help here. Now, the funny thing is, we need to do enough damage. I think we can do it. Basically, I'm thinking, should I use a flare? And maybe the answer is yes. But maybe not right before her turn. So I'm just really trying to juggle things as best I can here, so I don't have any big issues. Honestly, SOS Null Frost might actually help. Alright, here we go. So I'm hoping for a slap and then an Auron counter attack here. Okay. Slap. 3,000 counter. And this takes us into Mega Doom. Hopefully. Now this is where things got really sketched last time. So Auron's unaffected. Perfect. Okay, we negotiated that and we have some full overdrives to work with as well here. Now, last time, after this, we got hit with a Mind Blast. Incredibly dangerous. What I want to do, I actually want to scan here for the final form, just so I can track what's happening. Okay, 100,000. Okay, Auron's up to the task. Okay, so now I'm going to Silence Buster. And then I'm going to come in with a Demi Fury. That's the plan. She's going to get Mind Blasted as a result. That is true. But I feel like it's such a huge opportunity that I feel bad missing out on it. I don't know if I'll be able to make this happen again, because I need to make that work. So hold on, let's get an idea of what's going to happen. She won't be able to counter with the Blizzaga. Then she'll have her normal Blizzaga turn, which she won't be able to do because she'll still be silenced. Then the silence will wear off, and then she'll use Dark Viper, I believe. So I can't miss an opportunity to get a Demi Fury in. Six is a good number. There you go. This is huge. Okay. Then comes Mind Blast. This is where things get dangerous. Slap. Mind Blast. Viper. Okay. Right, that was a hefty series of turns there, but we survived. And we have some turns to work with here. Okay. So last time it was Blizzaga happening again. So let's get Waka back up. Mind Blast gives you Curse, it seems. Let me just see if I need to use my turn for something better. Yeah, Waka's gonna get killed by Blizzaga unless I... Alright, so here goes. I'm gonna Holy Water. This is where things got confusing, because she like, Yunalesca didn't exactly do the same moves, it seems. So, Holy Water on Orin first. So like everything in the book. Takes like 10 minutes to scroll through every status that he has. Okay. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to Null Frost. So again, it's going to get bounced, but it shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. So this is where we got to pay very close attention. Magic Break. It is Blizzaga. I swear I have it written down that it happened twice last time. In any case, okay. Back to Sentinel for you. So things are starting to happen here. I need to go back to this one. I think here I need to be like ultra careful. Heal them up. So charging ties his overdrive rapidly as well, so it's good for us. Okay, so this is my kind of Dark Viper squad. But if Mega Death happens instead, I'm going to be very sad. But I believe it's Dark Viper next. Let's see. I don't think we're within like range to try and mount any kind of actual onslaught yet, but just gonna double check what we have going on here. Nah, I can't bring in Lulu now. It would have made sense. we're still silence proof here. Gonna juggle turns here just to keep the overdrive flowing here. And then I'm gonna give this to Orin. I think that's what I'll do here. I want to get all 4 breaks on her in this final form. Really hope it's not Megadeth or I'm going to be... Well, to be fair, Megadeth would be okay. Let's just hold tight here. Kuraga, oh man. Okay. So this means that there's definitely some variation in what can happen here. And that makes things very, 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 very dangerous. Oh shit. So now I'm like, what even comes next? So I think that could have been a Megadeth, but it was a Kuraga instead, it seems. I think we kind of got to the stage where Yunalesca, one way or another, will do something that's going to kill someone. Like, she's in that mood. So here we have to increasingly rely on Orin to keep us in it, really. Now, the good thing is we do have zombie-proof, death-proof. I think Riku's going to have to play a bit of a bigger role here to keep things moving. So I'm going to use a Chocobo Feather here. Now what I will do is bring in Waka. Just thinking here, if I use Banishing Blade and she comes back with triple Blizzaga, I need to protect again. So obviously Waka doesn't have any MP left, so he can't come in with Sinus Buster anymore. But does Banishing Blade also just give her that status, is the question. So I feel like I'm close to a breakthrough, but it's also such a dangerous part of the fight that I don't want to do anything that could send me all the way back to the beginning. So just trying to be increasingly careful here. Basically, I need to make sure I know how many moves there are between Mega Doom. Like, Mega Doom seems to be the start and the end of these loops. Or Mind Blast, at least. So I will use Banishing Blade, but I'm just like, oh, what do I do first? I think I gotta try and protect myself like this. And now we take a chance and we go for the Banishing Blade. What? Oh, for fuck's sake. I swear I did it. I'm telling you, you're probably not going to believe me, but I genuinely think my controller's having issues. If the brakes didn't work there, then it's ruined the whole fight for me. I really don't know why it's doing that. It's just the button presses are just really not working. I don't think... Did they work? Oh, they did. Okay. I think it's just less damage. That was almost a royal screw up. I need to have a look at this controller now. I really do. It's been like probably 5 years or so since I've had it. Maybe longer, honestly. Maybe more like 6. So I need to... I told you with like the whole... It pressed like... It literally seemed like it pressed down by itself. That's why I cast Fire Argo on Orin. And I think during that overdrive sequence, again, maybe when I'm pressing one button, something's happening where it's kind of registering a different one, even though I'm using the D-pad, or it's registering both at the same time. I don't know what's going on. I need to be extremely careful. It's just so funny that even in a game like Final Fantasy X, it can really cost you if you're not careful. So at least we have the brakes on now. That's something. Let's see. So whether it's Mega Death or Mega Life, we are protected here. So let's do that. What else do we have to do here? Okay, what I will do... So this is an important stage because, again, I need to kind of see what's coming next here. Last time, after Blizzaga, it was Dark Viper, then Mega Doom. Yeah, this is I've kind of lost track again, so I think that's the big danger here. Yeah, Lulu being affected like this is just a big problem as well. She is death-proof and zombie-proof also, so I'm hoping that maybe this still works well enough. If it's Dark Viper, then she'll die, but I'm going to take my chances and assume it is not. I need to get Lulu back in to really do like the final bits of damage here. It is Dark Viper. God damn it. Thanks to Power Break she survives, but again that did not work out as it should. Remedy. Okay, let's just get Riku in here. Basically I want to get Bio back on as soon as I can. So yeah, if it is Mega Death, he's already got death protection, so okay. So just for now, again, I'll be a bit patient here. Should be okay. Now, once again, Sentinel Orin is not around, which is a problem. How far does that bump him? So 2 turns versus how many? Versus 3 turns. It's not a huge gap really. Just trying to think of a viable way to do damage here, honestly, without Sentinel like constantly causing us problems. So let me have another look at her situation. Zombie proof, death proof. Okay. Is it time to finally use an elixir? If Mind Blast happens next, that will look very silly, but we still haven't hit Mega Doom yet. And at this stage I have no bloody clue. It could be the next move. It really could be. Yeah, so we'll take a chance in case Mega Doom is the next move. Alright, let's see. It was. So, Mega Doom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turns. Alright, Mind Blast coming soon. You can see the Mind Blast causing problems here though. My MP just really starting to suffer now. But I need Oren to get that turn. I really do. He's holding firm, he's doing great, but I haven't been able to support him. I've got the full overdrive with the unit, but not much else. Basically, I don't want to restore MP to anyone until after Mind Blast has happened. It feels kind of silly to do that before that. And without MP, I don't think I can do meaningful damage really with anybody. Maybe I just let off the flare now, honestly. I feel like there's nothing really better to do at the moment. And he's gonna die and be hit with Doom soon anyway. Screw it. After that Demi Fury, we've not been able to do too much since. So now I think I might take a chance and just do the same. Yeah, big 11,000 damage there. We'll take it. Okay, so it should be some kind of slap or something happening next. Tough situations here. I think it's Blizzaga, actually. I said slap last time, but I think she might have been silenced. I think that's why. I think it's Blizzaga. If it does happen, I think it'll be a Blizzaga. So... see, since we did a lot of the hard work in the first form, having the double MP cost isn't as bad here, because I don't need to cast... oh no, it was Mind Blast. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So, we are here. I really need to start moving now. I could have Osmos for that. Damn it. But then, to be honest, she probably would have been killed from the slap. Okay. So once Oren gets the Sentinel, then we can really start. Obviously, it's taken him so damn long that this is what happens, but I think now we can just get Tidus back in. Thinking yeah, by the time we get rid of some of his stuff and he's able to, if he had some kind of silence proof, dark proof, poison proof, he could have actually proved really useful for this bit, but I think we're better off just continuing to try and do damage here. 1/8 is still over 6,000. I think we got to continue here. But no, then she's going to get hit with the Dark Viper. I think it's Dark Viper next. That's the trouble. Poison proof, but she doesn't have any silence proof. Ah, we can swap back to this. I totally forgot. That's probably a good idea. Okay. Okay. So, we are going to try a demi here. Actually, a bio. I'm going to do that now. I forgot I hadn't been able to afflict it on her up until this point. I totally forgot. That will help some. So yes, it is Dark Viper now. Okay. So Tidus comes in. He can haste Lulu back up. Okay. Now I do think if you bounce spells off, but it does say she counters anything. I'm thinking if you bounce spells off Auron, do you avoid the repercussions? Yeah, for Null Frost, I think we're going to need it. So, let's just do it. Okay, Auron finally back in Sentinel mode. Oh, because she's zombified, I couldn't use the ether. It's been so long since I suffered that issue. Kimari, also in a bad situation. Yeah. It's funny no one's in SOS because it's funny, I think for this one I got to swap to SOS here. Wait, she... Let's just keep going here. It's only 3,000 at this stage, so from now we need to start using Firaga again. Or Flare even. Okay. Took a small gamble there, but it paid off. Okay. So this time she used Curaga on us. I have a feeling if we have 3 people immune to death out there, she'll just use Mega... Like, she'll try to use Mega Death, but it'll fail. So I think that's probably good. Okay, so for once, no one's actually suffering from zombie here, so I can use an Albed Potion. Just heal everybody up a little bit. And we might be able to get a little bit more copycat magic happening here. So... yeah, this is so that we can get an ether on there, potentially. We want it. Now, do we go flare? I just feel like in terms of damage, fire is still probably the best way. I think we've got to go for that. Yeah, 4,400 is not too shabby in this economy. And now my controls run out of charge. Fantastic. It's been a double boss battle here. It's been me versus Yunalesca and the controller. Good lord. Am I going to be able to get through this fight? Come, buddy. You got this. Alright, we're back. Okay. So, yeah, it was either Mega Death, Mega Life, or Curaga, I think, depending on the circumstances here. All of these guys are zombie-proof and death-proof, and none of them are currently obviously zombified, so I'm like, well, what do you got? What can you even do to that? We're gonna find out. Maybe it just does like a multi-Blizzarga instead. Just messes with everybody. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So it does a Blizzarga. So basically that move right there, that's the danger move where it can basically do almost anything. Okay, so now we have a little window here. We're gonna keep cashing in. Get even more damage. And we still have that Yuna overdrive in the pocket to try and finish if we need it. So Auron doing a fantastic job. Now we've run out of opportunities to copycat here, and I don't want to use another ether for that. I think that'd be a little bit much. Now Yuna, I don't really want to use another ether considering I already wasted one, but I feel like it's too much of a risk to try and fight without them. And Mind Blast is a little while away, so I should just make use of it. Now, if he doesn't have Power Break anymore, I'm just going to go for it as well. Yeah, he doesn't have Power Break, so screw it. This will do at least some damage. Ah, it halves damage against the Brotherhood. So, hold on, let's... How does it do against ice? Plus on ice. So we need something neutral, at least. Yeah, I did notice that she had both of those elements, that's annoying. Yeah, touches aren't going to work, but just so that we have something neutral, I think. Will do. So we don't have any zombified characters left at this stage, I think. We do have one. So I think I'll do this for the Viper move, which I assume is next. Yeah. Okay. This is where Speedy Riku comes in. So I do believe it is Mega Doom next. Alright, here we go. Some extra damage, hopefully. 3,400, we'll take it. Auron's not having any of that. And at least we got it right for Mega Doom. And so we're getting ever closer here. Let's see. We can give Kimari an overdrive. He's the only one at the moment who could get an overdrive. Okay. Yeah, the turns are in a bit of a weird place. I have to be very careful here. Just wondering if last time I got caught out where it did Mind Blast immediately after that. Obviously I want to just go on the attack here, but if it is Mind Blast next I have to be very careful. Because Lulu can't get back out after this, and so she's going to be in that situation again where she's lost all of her MP, but maybe we just Osmose it back, honestly. I think we have to keep pressure on now. We've got to try and finish this. $14,000. Okay. I don't think it's worth trying to attack with Auron. Like, Sentinel's been working so well. Let's just stick to our guns. I think in case Mind Blast does happen, it's one of those where at least I have the turns here, so it's not quite as bad. I didn't want to go below 10. This is the last one I think I'll use. Okay. I think Lulu still has Shell. Yeah, she does. Riku does not. Yeah, it was Mind Blast. Okay. So we do have Osmose available here, so it's not Panic Stations yet. Could be okay still. Mind Blast, after that it was the Viper move. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think we got this. I think we got this. Just trying my best to preserve an ether here. Basically, I want Lulu to Osmose and then continue the onslaught. That's the plan. Thinking who has the best damage potential. I don't want to mess with Tidus here because he could die at a very awkward time and cause me a big problem. So I'd rather not do that. So I'm just trying to make sure I see this through now. Made it this far. Alright, just gonna wait here. Get that Osmose. And then hopefully the next round of attacks I should be able to finish it off. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. So Yunalesca will gain back some HP, but because we're generally, I think, doing pretty well defensively, it's not going to be too much gained, hopefully. Let me see, is armor break? No, it's mental break. And they all have shell and protect. Yeah, so I think it should be alright. And then we've got 3 turns to finish it off. So hopefully I didn't make a big mistake here. Okay. Yep. So now, is Yuna cursed or not? It shouldn't be. She shouldn't be, right? There's so many statuses. Pretty sure she's not. Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal. I've been curious all along how much this flare does. Okay, here we go. Alright. She's within range. And so we are going to finish this off. I mean, I could do it, I think, without summoning Bahama, but I'm not going to try and do anything fancy here. I managed to keep everybody alive so everyone like naturally gains AP as well. I don't want to play any silly games. I think you can do it. Like, I could bring in Tidus, maybe try and haste things up, but it's not worth it. Let's get the job done. And hopefully finish this off. So given this was attempt 3, I think that's still pretty good going. But obviously we really went to town on the customizations, but hey. Do what you gotta do. Yunalesca's just a boss I respect so much that, and it's such a long fight, that I'd rather just do what I think I need to do instead of just really try to grind it out with as few resources as possible. So definitely a bit of a costly one. We use some remedies. We use, I think, 2 ethers, maybe 3. Obviously a lot of customization equipment, but we did build a pretty epic armor for Auron, so I'm hoping that one will see him through, like the last set of encounters, maybe even like Brass's Fine Leon, that type of stuff. So we'll see. In any case, job done. Yunalesca has been defeated.
If I die,
Woo.
so does the final Aeon. And with it, Spira's only hope.
Okay, there it is. I needed a breather during that cutscene. We got a lot of sphere levels, and I'm very curious to see what type of equipment we get as a result here, and items. A weapon for Auron is nice. That's one thing we've generally been missing out on. I did say it. Hopefully that's something that has some nice stuff for him. 20 shining gems and 20 soul springs.
I cannot believe what we just did.
Same, to be honest.
Let's do something more unbelievable.
What?
Let's defeat the crazy Aeons.
Destroy Sin,
And
so
that.
it won't come back. And without the final Aeon. I don't know how just yet, but I'll find out.
And there we have it. Yunalesca. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was definitely an intense and difficult fight. The first 2 forms I started to really lock it down, but the third one, there's definitely a little bit of that variety, like the move where Curaga was used, another time Blizzaga was used. I think that move is kind of like the quote-unquote smart move, where it's able to kind of do the most debilitating thing depending on what your setup is, and so it's much harder to plan for than the others, and so that kind of throws things in a bit of a twist. And Mind Blast taking all of your MP was an interesting twist as well, because to be honest, based on the name, Mind MP, Mind Blast, like it does make a lot of sense, but obviously I was expecting confusion, and that's why it's one of those where you just can't know. You have to try the fight, see the moves, see the statuses, and then kind of work according to that, because anyone who's fought Yunalesca before and in any types of challenges, you know that there's going to be some confusion happening, and you'd probably assume that in a difficulty mod they'd make the confusion like, you know, 254%, so you'd need a proof to protect it and blah blah. But hey, every single modder has a different vision, and I really like once again how Karifean handled it. The censor text was very useful. It definitely gave us a clue about how to deal with things, and it's one of those where I think, especially the last like 3 battles, I think Sanctuary Keeper, Spectral Keeper, and Yunalesca, they've all been customization battles, where if you have the right setup with the customization, it can really save you an extra 5 attempts, 10 attempts, an extra 3 hours, 5 hours, or basically giving up on the fight as being too difficult. And I tried to kind of toe the line a little bit. So with Sanctuary, you did see I used up those confuse proofs, and in this fight they end up being not that useful, but we'll see where they kind of come into it again later on, hopefully. Then with Spectral Keeper, obviously Berserk was the status, but this one I tried to kind of not cash in any of my items, and this one was obviously a whole myriad of statuses. But by this point, I mean, Karifean's given you so many tools that it increasingly felt silly for such a grandstand fight like this one to then not use any of the like Sense Preserver, Life Preserver, any of that stuff. I think it would have been a bit much. So yeah, I think I did what I had to do. And we'll see again later on, but so far at least it hasn't been too much of a like I've screwed myself over on a future boss because I used up my customization. Confuse was the one I was scared of, thinking that I don't have confusion cover for Mind Blast, and that could be the big hole in my strategy. But I think again, Karifean is the kind of guy that probably thinks ahead with these things, and he knew that some people would customize some confusion protection, and that armor might not be so great against Yunalesca, so he maybe for that reason also took away the confusion from Mind Blast. I don't know. But in any case, again, it was a lot of what we knew with some interesting extras thrown in for good measure. So as always, a great battle with Yunalesca. Now, let's see what we can customize as a result. Oh, wow. Okay. I must have missed something. Soul Spring must have been used for something. Surprising. Yeah, I don't think so. I might ask about it later, but it might be like just something in battle to get MP back. Don't know where the new stuff went. Yeah, Soul Spring. That's interesting indeed. Let's check Oren's weapon. No freaking way! Oh, let's go. It's game over. Mod's finished. Mod is absolutely finished. Oren's never dying again in this mod. Holy crap. That's awesome. So we finally start getting to the stage where we can really start making some ultimate stuff here. So I can add magic booster to this one, for example. At this stage I kind of feel like I have to do it. It'd be a bit silly not to. I really need that extra boost. Sometimes I have half MP cost, so it will balance it out. I really don't know if and when we'll get 1 MP cost, so I kind of have to live with it. That's huge. That's unbelievable, that is. I don't know if it's completely pre-programmed to only be that, but I do believe the way that Karifean's done it, there is basically a chance that anyone can get this type of equipment. There might be variation depending on if the guys get it or if the ladies get it. Not sure, but I will definitely find this out as well, or Karifean will mention it in the chat, but this is absolutely huge. And if this was a bit of a luck thing, then it was incredibly lucky, because Oren is now... His journey to be the ultimate tank is pretty close to being complete now. I mean, he's absolutely crushed it. So that's awesome. Okay, so I think I will round things off here for this sesh. Definitely put a save in. I need to put cutscene remove back on. But we will be heading onto the airship with the world as our oyster, and then I don't really know what's going to happen in terms of like some of these extra chests that we could pick up, the extra airship locations, all of that. What's he kept in and what has he removed? How useful will they be? A lot of new things are going to open up. I will be focused, of course, on the story. I'm not going to try and go and seek, I don't know, let's say Geoscano, that kind of stuff. I think that's more for once the story's done. But some very interesting things are definitely going to be happening. And there's still plenty of work to do before we actually see the credits roll, and then also take on all of the extras that Karifean has cooked up for this mod. So I hope you guys are continuing to enjoy it. Please remember to drop a like and to continue to support these premieres. and continue to support this content and the premieres especially. You guys have been incredible. I've really been enjoying being a part of pretty much every premiere that's been aired so far. And I really appreciate the support and the atmosphere in there. You guys are awesome. Let's keep this up for the rest of the series because there's going to be some absolute fire still to come. I am absolutely sure. So see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Take care.